Defense versus the Kimura from the bottom of half guard. So the first thing is just turning your elbow in, right? Let's assume that Rory's actually got a really good half guard shell here, and he's made me post my hand for a second. As he comes up over top, if I just close my elbow, I'm gonna be okay. Like I'm gonna end up motorcycle gripping him and actually like reversing him really quickly. So that's just the initial stage. Now let's assume that he does a good enough job of like pulling on my elbow. Yeah, exactly. That we end up here, right? If he manages to go back and separate my arm from the ground, that greater problems. But at this stage, because I'm internally rotated, my hand is basing, my shoulder's coming up. So I'm just trying to keep him pinned down. This is basically the same as what we do in the half guard. My shoulder projects into this lever and my arm straightens. If you're really strong here, you can actually turn all the way out of this and come to like an arm triangle. But let's just assume that you're not. So I'm fixing my alignment by pushing through my hand into your armpit, into this lever, and just straightening my arm out. As I do this, I'm just gonna be tripoding up and putting as much weight into you as I can. That's the, like, let's say mid-stage defense. If I'm able to do this and bring my hand to my hip, I can frame on your hip and re-Kimura you. Be aware of that. Once my arm goes, so we've covered, let's just quickly. We've covered stage 1, closed elbow. Stage 2, pressure. Stage 3, if I can pull in, re-Kimura. Stage 4 is going to be here. When this happens, again, we've talked about this in like Kimura control videos, I need to mobilize my hips and be ready to roll. So I'm framing here. I'm also straightening my arm out because as we complete this and Rory completes the roll, I need to be intercepting that elbow and walking back in. Let's face it, this is what we're really interested in, because if I'm just in really good alignment and I manage to fix my alignment right off the bat, I'm not worried. What I'm worried about is this. This is where I'm in deep, deep shit. I can't just try to roll right now. If I try to roll, my hips are stuck to the ground. See how Rory's like stepping on my calf? This is preventing me from elevating. Now I'm fucked. He's gonna finish for sure. So when I recognize that this is a threat, I don't wait until this has happened and my hips have sunk to the mat, because now I don't have the ability to generate force. So he got the Kimura, he extended it, I popped my hips in the air right away. So again, we've always talked about this, mobilize your hips, bring your hips to your arm, and then check one of the legs. So that as we come out of this, we can always find this elbow. All right? Through, and I can just hang out here too. Right now, try to roll me over. I'm just framing and I'm using my right leg as a hook to keep him out of base while I posture and hide my elbow. And now I'm out. Okay. So by bringing my hips to my elbows, it depends on what the timing is, but by bringing my hips to my elbows, I'm either going to be able to complete the roll into the elbow push style defense, or I'm going to be able to negate the roll and slowly just close my elbow to my body. I know it's kind of like a broken record with this, but bring your elbow to your body or bring your body to your elbow, mobilize your hips, create good posture, and you're actually going to be fine. The whole point of Kimura control is to separate the hips from the shoulders and create, to separate the upper body from the lower body and create internal rotation. If I'm constantly driving up and straightening my arm out, it's very hard to internally rotate it. The Kimura is a ratchet style lever. This is what is powerful. Once my arm straightens, yeah, there's nothing's gonna happen there. You're not gonna get broken, and there's not enough control to retain control throughout a roll. You have to create that ratchet effect. So I'm just diminishing the ratchet effect, tripoding up, putting all my weight into my shoulder, rolling when I have to, but rolling to my elbow. I'm bringing my hips to my elbow. Anytime you do that, even if your arm is going behind your back, you're going to be